Hey guys, Jay, welcome back to the channel. Guys, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Oh my gosh, after so many different rumors, so many different speculations, everything was leading up to this moment for today. Because honestly, we just had no idea. We just had no idea whether or not there would be a Season 2 for the Master of the Universe Revelations. And we were on bated breath to figure out what was going on. I was really hoping, as much as possible, that Season 2 would appear, especially after the cliffhanger that they had us on. There was just so many things that I wanted to talk about in terms of what's the next step and how things are going to go forward, and really, what could we possibly see in the next version of the Master of the Universe Revelations. And today, we have got, at least as far as we can tell, confirmation that the Master of the Universe Revelations Season 2 has been greenlit. As a matter of fact, it's probably already in production. And yeah, I just wanted to come on today and talk a little bit about that. Guys, join me today as we discuss, what's going on with this new announcement. And just, you can tell I'm super excited. I'm super excited at this news. Guys, thank you so much for always, supporting this channel. If you enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing. I post up to 2 episodes a week, and I hope you guys enjoy. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so you'll always know when new episodes are posted. Guys, let's dive in. Take a look at what was announced today, and let's dream. Let's talk about what's going to happen. Hopefully happen in the Master of the Universe Revelations Season 2. Guys, let's have a look here. So, back on April 29th, Mark Hamill tweeted out this just, kind of obscure but rather telling tweet, and it got the entire Master Universe fandom buzzing. He said, Friday, April 29th, 2022, to-do list, voice this guy all day, with a picture of Skeletor and, of course, him in the sound booth. Saturday, April 30th, 2022, to-do list, rest my voice all day, hashtag Skeletor. This was the beginning of what speculations started all over the place, rumors started all over the place, that Season 2 was confirmed. Of course, there's nothing confirmed. You can't tell just by, some voice actors, little tweet. He could be doing a video game. He could be doing a spot for something else, some of the toys. He could be anything. But today, seemingly out of nowhere, on Kevin Smith's Instagram page, all those questions, all the speculation has once again seemingly been put to rest. Oh my gosh, right here on Kevin Smith's own Instagram page, he did in fact send out this image. Oh my god, everybody. Masters of the Universe Revolution. Yes, the second season is no longer the Revelation, it is the Revolution. Kevin Smith goes on to say, after Revelation comes Revolution. I'm ecstatic to be making more of the Masters of the Universe with Netflix, Mattel, and Powerhouse Animation. Big thanks to everyone who streamed our show last summer. You gave us the power to go back to Castle Grayskull for another epic Eternia adventure. I just turned in the final draft of episode 5. Oh, wow, 5 episodes already. And I've already seen the first amazing animatic this season is a big battle. Cats. Yes. They have officially gone into production. By this, we already said that he's already written 5 full episodes, guys. This is crazy. 5 full episodes already in the works. And the first animatics have already been turned in. This is epic, everybody. We do know that Powerhouse Animation, they are a masters at this. They're really it's freaking amazing. I can't wait to actually see what these guys actually drum up. This is going to be so great. But I was thinking we should just do a little bit of, dreaming. We should just speculate as to what's possible. What's going to happen in the series? Let's just do a little bit of deep diving here, guys. Let's just do some theories. Let's put in some theories. First of all, let's go ahead and inspect the teaser poster that Kevin Smith has put up. Oh my god, there's a lot here to take in. Seriously, there's a ton to take in here. We see what looks like to be an apparition of Skeletor's face. Now, what does this mean? We do know that Skeletor, in Revelations, spoilers ahead, if you haven't seen it yet, which I don't understand why you haven't, but spoilers ahead. we do know from Revelations that Skeletor is able to actually imbue his spirit into objects. And it really does appear as if he's emanating from the Sword of Power, and or possibly from King Randor's crown. What does this mean? What is the significance of 3 of these objects? And it's not like they're on the palace. They are actually in Grayskull. We can tell by the green stone that's on the floor where everything is sitting. These objects reside within Grayskull. So what does this mean? You know, we can really go all the way out there. We can really go all the way out and say, why is there an apparition of Skeletor's face? We do know from the Master Universe Origins figure that the spirit of Grayskull is the form of an actual skull. Could this possibly mean that Skeletor has actually had a destiny all of his life, and possibly could actually be somewhere residing within Grayskull? These have so many different questions. We even see some cracks in the floor and light emanating from the bottom. Could this mean that there's power emanating from Grayskull and some new power is actually coming and rising up? This is crazy. Now let's take a little bit of a deeper dive into the Sword of Power and of course King Randor's crown. So the title of the series is telling: Masters of the Universe Revolution. That alone sparks so many different questions. This is crazy because, as we know, revolution means that somebody or something is revolting against somebody else. But we also know that another presence is coming to Eternia. This has been teased early on. So, does this mean that there are several revolutions on the way? Time will tell, I suppose. But the fact that the seat of power in Eternos, that resides in Eternos, is of course Randor. These are all symbols of power right here. That's one of the biggest things that we can infer from this. The seat of power is of course the throne of Eternos, and that belongs to Randor. The power that resides within Grayskull is imbued within the Sword of Power. So there we have that. And a spirit also has power, and that is the spirit of Grayskull, perhaps, or in this case, it definitely looks like to be the apparition, the spirit of Skeletor. Wow, the possibilities are endless in this series. So let's take a little bit of a deeper dive. This is kind of crazy. This is wow. This is this is deep. This is deep, guys. First of all, I do want to commend whoever made this illustration, whoever made this painting. Bravo. My goodness, bravo to you. This is gorgeous. This is absolutely incredible. Bravo. Seriously, this is beautiful. I love the way everything's put together. The composition, the Sword of Power, the crown, the way it's laid down on the floor, the stonework, the limestone of Castle Grayskull, and of course the apparition of Skeletor, wonderful, and of course revolution, really provocative. We don't know what's going to happen, so interesting concepts to come up with. But let's take a deeper dive, guys, and figure out, perhaps speculate here. Right, some theories on what's going to be happening with the Master of the Universe Revolution. This is crazy. So first and foremost, what is going to happen with He-Man and Prince Adam? Obviously, we do see that the Sword of Power is heavily, implied that something's going to be happening here. Will He-Man once again be put on the sideline, as a secondary character? In lieu of the power of Grayskull, and will Skeletor be taking a commanding role in this one instead of Teela? This is still something that I think will definitely be on the minds of many fans, and I think that this is going to be weighing heavily on Kevin Smith's mind, because obviously the controversy that stemmed from this really was, in many ways, could be considered a backlash. A lot of fans were not happy that Teela took the front stage, and He-Man was actually relegated to a background character. If my personal preference, notwithstanding, I think that He-Man should actually take a bit of more of a leadership role here. I think he definitely should be featured prominently. Now that we know that Teela is the new sorceress, she can still join him on his adventures. But I think that in terms of trying to save the universe, having been already in if you will, the Eternian heaven, right? The Preternia, and having come back, it means, in my eyes, that he doesn't. His destiny's not over yet, and he needs to fulfill that destiny. So I'm really looking forward to seeing He-Man once again in a more commanding role, something where he really is able to shine, and just showcase to us once again that it's not always just his huge muscles. He really does think his way out of situations, and really does showcase the reason why he is the true champion of Eternia. But that doesn't mean the Skeletor is not going to have a prominent role in this either. I mean, it's obvious that just by this picture, he's definitely going to be very, very front and center in the series. And we do know that in the last series, he did share the power for a time. So, that being the case, will he once again take on the mantle of a hero of Grayskull, sharing the power with He-Man? Or will he revert back to his old ways and just, really sort of backstab and just be the same old Skeletor that he's always been? Very, very interesting in that, but we do know that Mark Hamill's involved, so no matter what, that is going to be a fun ride. But the other prominent imagery that's displayed in the poster is definitely King Randor's crown. And of course, this being Master of the Universe Revolutions, does this imply that Randor's power is not as strong as it used to be? We do know that he and Marlena are not on the best of terms, at least from the last time we saw them. So where are they now? What type of relationship do they share? And has that wavered in the face of the last final battle that they had with Skeletor? There are multiple things that are happening right now. We have a new Man-at-Arms in Andra. And Eternos, it's not as secure as it once was. We know this for a fact. There's also the fact that we know Randor has actually showcased that he's not as well-tempered, probably in his older age, as he used to be. He literally dismissed his man of arms, obviously because of the grief over his son. But saying something like, if you ever show your face in Eternos again, you will be executed. That's pretty dark. So, is that type of rule when the people actually saw him during the time of darkness, did they actually lose faith in Randor? And does that mean that someone else has to take the throne and take over his place? Is that the reason why there will be a revolution? Interesting questions, for sure. Teela is front and center once again. Obviously, Revelations showcased exactly who she was, revealed to her and to everyone else that she was not merely Captain of the Guard, but she had a true destiny. And that destiny, as I've talked about multiple times in my streams and videos, that her destiny was always to become the Sorceress. And in that we got to see everything come full circle, and her destiny fulfilled. She now is the Sorceress of Grayskull, but as with her own strong will and her doing things her own way, Teela is no longer resigned to stay inside a castle, cooped up and become a prisoner within the four walls of Grayskull. No, she's decided, that she needs to make a more active role, and more than likely, I imagine that she will join He-Man on this quest in some capacity. Whether or not she becomes a mage of some sort, if we're going to relate this to a D&D kind of thing or a RPG type of idea, she might hang back, heal the party, make sure that everyone's safe, but at the same time display her overwhelming power, in only in the time of need. Very much the same as the sorcerer did when her mother, the sorceress, did when she was in her position. We do know that Teela is still very capable as a warrior and, of course, as the sorceress. We saw her battling, alongside with He-Man and for the fate of the universe, as it was preordained. So yeah, this is a very interesting situation that we find ourselves in, especially with Teela, being back within the realm of Eternos and taking that active role. It really will be quite the scene to find out exactly how she fits into Revolutions in this next series. And then there's Evil-lyn. Really, there was a lot of questions here, and a lot of things that really did not get resolved, truthfully. And in many ways, I think that the story writers and Kevin Smith and everyone, they were under pressure to try and wrap everything up quickly because of the nature of the show. And I don't think that Evil-lyn really got enough time to expand on her character. She went from one direction all the way in the beginning of the series, being a henchman of Skeletor, his right hand, aide, if you will, one of the most powerful sorceresses in, Eternia, to finding something about herself, reconnecting with her humanity, during those wonderful scenes with Orko, and we saw that she wasn't a victim. She wasn't a victim. She actually pulled herself out of several situations, including one with her own parents, and that is kind of a story in and of itself. But what she made herself into, going back to Skeletor and taking on his mantle of his dark sorceress, it was kind of that moment was kind of sad, because she was almost coming into her own, and we were thinking that maybe she's going to grow into something even more powerful and stronger as a character. But she fate actually led her to a point in her life where she literally back to square one all over again. And then taking matters into her own hands and claiming the power for herself. It was an interesting move, and it was an interesting play. She gets super powered, becomes basically a JoJo character, but she literally becomes a goddess in and of herself. But as we know, that's not the way the power works, right? This is the destiny of he or she who wields the swords of power. They are more champions than they are the wielders of the power, which is of course the sorceress. And we saw that because she's able to wield supreme power, being a sorceress herself, an actual magic user, she used the power in ways that no one would have expected. Destroying Preternia, seemingly able to destroy Preternia, and able to cast a wicked spells across all of Eternos. Literally killing people at will. Is that that brings up multiple questions as well, because after the fight that she had, for the fate of the universe, because she literally was going to destroy all of existence, right? Once that was revealed and she came to her senses, if you will, it almost seemed as if she was given, a reprieve. She murdered, thousands. She literally destroyed Preternia, seemingly. Being absolved of that, who would give her that absolution, right? Even if it is Teela being the sorceress, and even if Randor does pardon her, the scene here where she goes into a barren land, it really was solemn. And I believe Lyn has a lot of soul searching to do. She really does have to think about the actions that happened and what it was that she literally wrought, and possibly what it is that she actually brought into the world. It's going to be interesting to see her character grow even more in Revolutions. Then there is possibly the big baddie of the series, yes indeed, Motherboard. Now, we were only given a glimpse as to Motherboard's power, obviously as a sanctum, taking over the Snake Mountain, and gaining minions and followers, through Triclops, through Trapjaw, through Tongue Lasher and Whiplash, and all of these minions who were formerly minions of Skeletor, infecting people with its technomancy, magic and technology. This is an interesting concept. We do know that it's not actually a deity. Triclops and Trapjaw did not make up this in their heads. Something came into Snake Mountain and slowly but surely took over. And we find out at the end of the series, spoilers ahead, that it actually was some sort of technologically based life form. We can see some Final Fantasy references here, beautiful stuff, and Ghost in the Shell references. But in the end, it really was this gigantic, effigy. Actually, no, not even an effigy. It is some sort of entity, some sort of robotic, sentience. But that notwithstanding, she holds an even deeper, darker secret. After revealing herself to Skeletor, we find out through... It appears that Skeletor is being assimilated himself. We don't know if that's going to work, knowing the fact that Skeletor has already been part of this, cult. The cult of Hordak. Or is it Horde Prime? So this is where the questions start to come in. We know that this symbol is, of course, of Hordak and of Horde Prime. But what does this mean? Does this mean that the Evil Horde is returning to Eternia to try once again to conquer this world and the magic within? Or is it just a precursor to something even bigger? What am I talking about in terms of bigger? Well, guys, this is going to be absolutely crazy. And you might call me crazy, but I am absolutely thrilled at this possibility. Oh my god, everybody, what if Masters of the Universe Revolutions is the introduction of She-Ra back into the Masterverse line? Holy crap, everybody! Oh my god, wouldn't that be absolutely stunning? Seriously, wouldn't that be just freaking incredible? Right now, the sky is the limit. I don't know what the future holds, but whatever it is, however it starts, I am certainly glad that someone like Kevin Smith is at the wheel. Yes, I said that. I did say that. I don't think he was given his fair shake. I think that, some of the things that he said at PowerCon were misconstrued, and even he probably omitted certain things. Eagle-eyed people saw, what was actually written on the slides and just took it out of context. I think that he was trying to keep the story as a surprise. I think he was trying to, try and keep some suspense into the revelations. And unfortunately, the way the internet is right now, we're speculating as it is right now. But when you really look at it, if you really take the time to go back and watch Revelations, it really wasn't that bad. There were so many rumors flying around that, let's just say it, like Teela was a lesbian, her haircut, sort of like that doesn't prove anything really, and we found that out 100%. Andra was attracted to Man-at-Arms. I mean, these are things which people just assumed based on a few images that were released. Mind you, it wasn't the perfect series. I was very shocked at the way Randor acted, kicking out Man-at-Arms. I was very shocked at the way Teela acted, as brash as she was. The way Evil-lyn wiped out, a majority of the universe along with Eternia. Yeah, there are a lot of things that are hard to write back, are hard to write around. And I'm not sure, I do not envy Kevin Smith in his next, assignment. And the fact that he's actually, all the way up to 5 episodes, I applaud him, honestly. So, this is crazy, guys, and time will tell what's going to happen with this series. I, for one, though, am absolutely thrilled at the possibilities, and I can only hope, that we see something, brand new trailer this year. That would be epic. Oh my god, guys, I can't tell you just how excited I am. I'm super, super excited for this. Honestly, there's so many possibilities. The Motherboard and the Evil Horde. What is going to happen with King Randor? We see a lot of imagery inside that teaser photo. Just so much is happening, and it reminds me very much about what the hope and the dreams that were happening from the Revelations, introduction with all the imagery and just the teaser photos and everything like that. This is exactly the kind of excitement that's starting to build again once more, especially for me and other Revelations fans. But remember, it's not Master of the Revelations anymore. It is the Revolution. We don't know what's going to happen, but the wonderful speculations we had tonight, what a great time. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me on this. What do you guys think? Please leave those comments in the comment section below. Are you guys excited for the Master of the Universe Revolution? What do you think about these, speculations that we had today? Is Randor going to, pass on, and will Prince Adam have to take on that mantle? Is the Sorceress going to have to do something in order to save the universe once again? And just how far is the reach of the Evil Horde? Guys, please leave those comments in the comment section below. But I'm wondering if some of you are really still kind of, ho-hum about the series, or are still kind of, really, really critical about how Kevin Smith is continuing this series for him, along with Mattel's blessing. Guys, let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, please do leave me a like. It really does help me out. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. We have the power, everybody. We have the power. Yes. Geek proud. I want to give a huge shout out to all my Patreon and channel member supporters: Ryrakcan33, Old IT Guy, Princess Cagley, John Joker, Michael Traverso, Christopher Herndon, Snell World, Thomas Meyer, Budrick Porter, and Joseph Michaels. Thank you for all your support, everybody. It really means a lot to me and really does help the channel to keep going.